Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Kandi Burruss is all grown up. Fans were introduced to the Georgia native back in 2009, when her mom, Kandi Burruss, joined the Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 2 cast. Since then, the audience has seen Kandi reach many incredible milestones and go from a shy 6-year-old girl to a young woman stepping out into the real world. Viewers will get a closer look at Kandi's evolution in the first season of Next Gen NYC, an upcoming reality series that follows a group of friends navigating adulthood in the Big Apple. Ahead of the big premiere, Kandi caught up with RHOA to share more details about her life these days. The Q&A began with a quick bio and immediately dove into the topic of employment. "For work, I live the life of Kandi," she said with a smile while preparing for a Next Gen NYC photo shoot. Kandi Burruss sheds light on her music career goals. Kandi graduated from New York University in May 2024, earning a Bachelor of Science in Music Business. She spoke about her career goals during a 2023 appearance on the Sharpton Sisters, explaining how her Grammy-winning mom inspired her path. "Since Kandi was in the music industry, ever since I was younger, I knew I wanted to do something related to the music industry. And I don't think I would have known that without her," Kandi said. "Seeing my mom in the studio, collaborating with other artists. I really like R&B and hip-hop, but I want to focus on Atlanta music. I want to focus on bringing Atlanta music to the top, kind of the early 2000s vibe. But I really want to work on A&R and developing more artists coming from Atlanta." Since graduating from NYU, Kandi has continued working as an influencer, landing gigs and partnerships with brands like Makeup Forever, Epi Skincare, and Viva Naturals. She's also entered the podcasting space, making regular appearances on Kandi Speak On It series. Kandi Burruss gives Kandi Burruss advice before Next Gen NYC elsewhere in the Q&A. Kandi was asked in what ways she's similar to her mom. "I think I'm outspoken, like my mom, but also still very chill and calm," the 22-year-old said. "But living in the city, you get to be different than growing up in Atlanta. I think the one main thing my mom told me was just to be true to yourself, because as long you're being true to yourself, you can't really care about what other people are saying," she explained. "If you're being fake and doing fake stuff for the cameras, then of course, you're gonna feel weird when people are making comments about it." Next Gen NYC will also feature fellow Housewives kids Ariana Bierman, Jeb Judas, and Brooks Marks. They will be joined by Ava Dash, Emira Despain, Shai Fruchter, Georgia McCann, Hudson McLeroy, and Charlie Zachor. Kandi Burruss is no longer the shy little girl who captured fans' hearts when her mother, Grammy-winning singer and business mogul Kandi Burruss, joined the Real Housewives of Atlanta back in 2009. Viewers of the hit Bravo series have had a front-row seat to Kandi's growth, from her early childhood years to her high school graduation, and now to the launch of her own adult life. Today, at 22 years old, Kandi is stepping into the spotlight on her own terms, with a fresh college degree, career ambitions in music, and a spot in Bravo's upcoming spin-off, Next Gen NYC. Ahead of the series premiere this June, Kandi is reflecting on her journey so far and looking ahead to what's next. In a candid interview with BravoT.com, the Atlanta native shared insights into her current work, passions, and how her upbringing and her famous mom helped shape the woman she's becoming. From Atlanta to New York, a coming-of-age journey. Kandi's transformation into an independent young adult is evident not just in her words, but in the confidence with which she now carries herself. Having recently graduated from New York University with a Bachelor of Science in Music Business, Kandi is no longer just Kandi's daughter. She's building a name and a future all her own. "For work, I live the life of Kandi," she joked during a recent photo shoot for Next Gen NYC. The pun might have been lighthearted, but Kandi's focus is anything but. Over the past few years, she's methodically pursued her goals, balancing college life with internships, influencer gigs, and podcast appearances, all while living in one of the most competitive cities in the world. I really wanted to come to New York to experience something new, Riley said. Growing up in Atlanta was amazing, but I knew that if I wanted to grow, I had to step out of my comfort zone. New York has taught me so much about myself, about the industry, and about what I want. Riley's career ambitions aren't a coincidence. With a mother who has penned hits for Destiny's Child and TLC, founded successful businesses, and dominated both reality TV and Broadway, Riley had a front row seat to what hard work and artistic passion can accomplish. Since Kandi was in the music industry, ever since I was younger, I knew I wanted to do something related to the music industry, and I don't think I would have known that without her, Riley said in a previous interview on the Sharpton Sisters podcast. Seeing my mom in the studio, collaborating with other artists, I really like R&B and hip-hop, but I want to focus on Atlanta music. For Riley, that focus isn't just nostalgic, it's intentional. I want to bring back that early 2000s Atlanta vibe, she said. Artists like Usher, Ciara, Ludacris, there was something magical about that time. I think there's so much talent in Atlanta that deserves more attention today. I want to help those voices rise to the top. Her interest lies especially in the A&R, artists and repertoire, side of the business, helping to discover, develop, and promote artists. It's a behind-the-scenes role that fits Riley's calm, strategic nature. I'm not trying to be the face of anything right now, she said. I'm more interested in creating opportunities for others and using what I've learned to support their growth. Though Riley is focused on a music business path, she hasn't ignored the opportunities that have come with being a public figure. Since her teenage years, she's collaborated with several lifestyle and beauty brands, building an organic social media presence that prioritizes authenticity over flash. In the past year alone, she's landed partnerships with Makeup Forever, Epi Skincare, and Viva Naturals. Her content typically focuses on skincare, natural beauty, and wellness, areas she's genuinely passionate about. I only work with brands I actually use, she explained. People can tell when it's fake. I want to be real with my followers, and I think that's why they trust me. Riley's brand collaborations are not just about aesthetics. They're a strategic part of building her post-college portfolio. Being an influencer isn't just about taking cute pictures, she said. It's about building a voice, learning how to market yourself, and making real business decisions. After years of appearing sporadically on RHOA, Riley is now stepping back into reality TV, but this time with a fresh twist. She's part of Next Gen NYC, Bravo's new series spotlighting the adult children of housewives royalty as they navigate life, careers, and relationships in the Big Apple. The cast includes familiar names like Ariana Bierman, daughter of Kim Zolciak, Jud Giudice, daughter of Teresa Giudice, and Brooks Marks, son of Meredith Marks, along with a mix of new faces: Eva Dash, Emerald Despain, Shai Fruchter, Georgia McCann, Hudson McLeroy, and Charlie Zachor. Honestly, I was hesitant at first, Riley admitted. I've seen what the cameras can do, especially when people aren't being themselves. But the producers really wanted to show us just living our lives, not creating drama for the sake of it. The show will follow the cast as they juggle jobs, friendships, and the unique pressures that come with being part of high-profile families. But Riley is determined to stay grounded. I think the one main thing my mom told me was just to be true to yourself, because as long as you're being true to yourself, you can't really care about what other people are saying, she shared. If you're being fake and doing fake stuff for the cameras, then of course, you're gonna feel weird when people are making comments about it. Riley says she plans to bring her authentic self to the screen. No forced drama, no playing a character. What you see is what you get, she said. I'm chill, I'm focused, and I'm not about the mess. Family ties and life lessons. Riley has always had a close relationship with her mother, and Kandi has remained a steady source of encouragement throughout her daughter's transition into adulthood. Kandi has been through it all, and she's always been real with me, Riley said. She doesn't sugarcoat things, but she also never limits me. She wants me to dream big, but also be smart about how I do it. Kandi, for her part, has publicly praised Riley's maturity and drive. On her Speak On It podcast, where Riley sometimes makes guest appearances, Kandi has called her daughter wise beyond her years and a natural leader. Their bond extends beyond business and media. We still have our movie nights and mom-daughter dates, Riley said. She's always going to be my mom first, and I think that grounding helps me deal with all the other stuff. As she looks to the future, Riley is focused on balance. She wants to continue exploring the music industry, expand her brand collaborations, and potentially pursue a master's degree down the line. There's so much I still want to learn, she said. I don't think you ever stop evolving. One of her short-term goals is to work with a major label's A&R department, either in Atlanta or New York. I'm open to wherever the opportunity takes me, but I'll always have a love for Atlanta, she noted. She's also considering launching her own talent incubator someday, a place where young artists from underrepresented communities can access studio space, mentorship, and professional development. It's still a dream right now, Riley said. But if I can build something that supports real talent and helps them get to where they want to be, that would be everything. At just 22, Riley Burruss has already lived a life far more public than most. But she's made it clear that she won't be defined by anyone else's narrative. She's choosing authenticity over popularity, substance over spectacle, and long-term goals over short-lived fame. Whether she's analyzing beats in a studio, signing a brand deal, or navigating life on reality TV, Riley is carving out a unique path that's rooted in family, purpose, and a deep love for music. I know who I am, and I know what I want, she said simply. Now it's just about going after it. As fans gear up for the premiere of Next Gen NYC on June 3, they'll get a chance to see Riley Burruss like never before, not as a supporting character in someone else's story, but as a rising star in her own right. Please subscribe and keep watching for more detailed videos.